Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I beg to move that leave be given to bring in a bill to amend the British Library Act 1972 to give the British Library the freedom to borrow. This bill is to give the British Library the ability to apply for government loans through its sponsor department, the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport, represented by the able and fantastic Minister on the Treasury bench. And I believe this bill is supported by the government, I hope, and is one that I am delighted to take forward. Now, access to books matters. It really matters. Now, I know I grew up very lucky. I grew up in a house with a father who loves books, with grandparents who love books, with a school that was well equipped. I grew up in a village in Berkshire that had a brilliant library staffed by largely volunteers, and it was a wonderful environment in which to grow up. And all the things that I am now interested in, all of these things came through my access to books, and indeed access to learning as a result. But many of you may be thinking, well, why does the British Library really matter? I mean, yes, library is important, but maybe it's not core. You may not think it's core necessarily to your politics or indeed the concerns of your constituents. And I'll say two words why it matters. It matters because of levelling up. It means levelling up regionally. The British Library, as I've already said, reaches out across the country beyond its two sites. With the ability to borrow, it can do even more and have more ambitious plans for spreading its model and its knowledge and expertise throughout the country. It matters because the British Library is at the forefront of what a public library means in the 21st century. It's not just about lending books and providing people with a space to work. Helping businesses to innovate and grow, and that, I quote that, is one of the British Library's core public purposes. Through its network of the business and intellectual property centres that I mentioned earlier in public libraries across the country, the British Library offers support and advice to entrepreneurs and small businesses, helping them to thrive.